View crew! What is going on, everybody? It's been a whole damn week since we've been on the streams. What is up? Hope everyone's doing great out there. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving, family, holiday weekend, whichever way you celebrated it. It was a long one. It was the first long weekend I've had in a super long time, and it was amazing.
It was weird.
It was very weird.
It was weird.
We went through a traumatic event here at the Berlin household, but we're good to go.
Oh yeah, how was everything?
The puppy's okay.
Okay.
She's hanging in there.
Poor thing.
Yeah, she's hanging in there. She had a little bit of a big boo-boo.
A big boo-boo is an understatement.
Big boo-boo on Friday, and she has 14 staples in her body at the moment.
Oh, baby.
Yes. We're here. We're back. It's been a full week since we've been on the air. Obviously, Schmoedown season is officially over, and no reactions to get to. And but we're here to preview the event that is Schmoedown Spectacular. We have a lot to talk about. 5 gigantic matches, as well as our special guest tonight, who is returning to the show, making his, as he said, his yearly quota here on POV.
Thanks. Thank you.
Before he competes for the Innergeekdom championship on Saturday. But Brian, chill. How you guys doing? How was your weekend? How was the family? Nice long chill. Why don't you kick us off? How you doing?
It was good. I had 2 Thanksgivings, which was nice. We did Thanksgiving with my family on actual Thanksgiving, and then with Sean's on Friday. What did I do on Saturday? I went to my friend's house on Saturday, ordered our weight-in sushi, watched Klaus, which is a new holiday.
You tweeted about that.
Yeah, I did. It's a new holiday annual movie for me. I went to Knott's Berry Farm today for like 10 minutes to finally pick up my painting.
Oh, that's cool. Wait, I gotta zoom in on you. Hold on. Let me zoom in.
I got my painting. So if anyone doesn't know, cool. I used to work at Knott's Scary Farm at Halloween Haunt, and I went and they had this is literally my troupe that I was, and this is literally me, my character. The vampire girl in the purple.
I remember when you sent that to it. It sent that to us in the messenger. Yeah,
that's literally me. So I was like, I can't not like get. It's me on an art painting, and they don't have those characters anymore. They retired them when I left. So it's like they're not even in the parks anymore, and they have artwork. And so I bought it, and I finally picked it up today, and went with my mom and fought the urge not to buy Mrs. Knott's fried chicken because it's delicious.
Mrs. Knott's fried chicken.
Mrs. Knott's fried chicken. It's like the thing at Knott's. It's like the fried chicken dinner is like that, and the boysenberry is like. And I was very tempted to buy the boysenberry barbecue sauce they had there because that just sounded really good.
Does it though?
It does, because I like a little sweet to my barbecue sauce, and I was like, ooh, this is very intriguing, and I almost bought it, but I didn't. But I did finally pick up my painting, and I washed my car today, so my car is nice and clean for when I pick people up from the airport on Thursday. Pew, pew, pew. That was my weekend. Ka-chow.
Nice. Well, that was a... I mean, look, you had 4 days to get through, so that's fair. Brian,
4 days.
how was... I know your mom came to town. How was everything with you?
Other than that, I mean... Mom
are you dissing your mom?
No, other than that, it was crap. I got the booster and the flu shot, and it kicked.
Oh yeah, you never really said how did you how did?
Of course, I get one of the rare side effects. I had a softball sized like lump under my arm, like I could cup it. Like,
oh my god!
I woke up and I was like, I have a tumor.
That just grew overnight.
Yeah, that just grew overnight. And we had to call Kaiser, and they're like, oh, lucky you. You have one of the rare side effects that it doesn't do anything, just looks weird.
It's there.
Yeah. So I'm like, great.
My boss got hives, so she also got a weird side effect with hers. But
yeah,
is it gone now? Did it just like disappear?
It's like halfway. So
is that why you have a sweatshirt on today?
No, I'm kind of cold.
It's chilly. I say as I have.
Dude, wait, you're cold? It's hot. It was hot today.
Oh, well, yeah, but now it's getting chilly.
I mean, I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt right now. Like,
I'm on the second floor of an all hardwood apartment, so I don't really have insulation.
I have carpet.
I mean, I'm in a garage. It's definitely not insulated.
You have those mats on the ground.
No wall insulation, tell you
And a bunch of crap in there, so it's pretty insulated. Yeah, I didn't get to eat anything on Thanksgiving because I was so sick. Literally, I ate 2 Hawaiian rolls. That's literally all I ate the whole day of Thanksgiving.
Did you get leftovers at least?
Oh yeah, I have the leftovers, but like Thanksgiving kind of blew this year. But you know, it's worth it. It is worth it. That's what I keep saying. But yeah, it was a gnarly little trip.
Real quick, because Rachel talked about it in the chat. Here's the LA forecast for next week, if you can read that.
So if you can't see that, it's basically low 70s.
Yeah.
Low 70s. So for us Californians, that's sweater weather. For all y'all on the East Coast, that's like.
Well, Rachel's coming from Arizona, so that to her, that's probably freezing cold.
Oh yeah, so you're gonna be like us, Rachel. You're gonna be like.
I would say anything
jackets.
over the Rocky Mountains they're like, yes, please.
Yeah. So it's nice sweater weather for us Californians here. So I'm very much looking forward to it because it hasn't.
I'm with Curtis here. I can't see a non-iPhone. I can't see a non-iPhone.
iPhones are very overrated. Suck it.
All right, so before we get going, I do want to say, let's see. I know Harrison said he stopped by, can't stay for the whole show. Harrison, just want to give you a shout out before you headed out. I know that Leo said he's getting his booster tomorrow.
Woo! Team boosted.
I know that it may not help with the side effects, but hydrate as much as you can right now.
Yeah,
hydrate right now. 24 hours beforehand.
It dehydrated me like a mother. If you can
hydrate, take vitamin C and zinc if you can.
Sleep. When my mom left, I slept for 13 hours straight the next day.
Party. That sounds wonderful.
It knocked me out. So yeah, just chill.
Now there's currently a war going on between Samsung and iPhone in the chat.
Team. This is a Google phone actually. So
iPhones.
Team Google phone, but yeah, no.
I see Parker. I see you, Parker. I see you.
iPhones can suck it.
He's one of those computer nerds, so he has Android, of course.
Because he's a smart man.
Yeah.
I also want to bring this up before we bring in Parker. I want to bring this up as well to all of our Cowboy fans in the chat. Go Raiders!
Suck it.
We're gonna lose so many fans today. All the iPhone lovers are just gonna leave. All the Cowboy fans are like deuces.
All right, let's get to this. Let's talk to
before we get people more people.
Spider. He is competing for his first ever IG championship. It's been a long time coming, and as we talked about earlier, this is actually the first time he's been on the show where the match has never actually been recorded yet. So, Mr. Robert Harper,
that's probably very true.
It's been a while, yeah. And as far as the quota, that's just a joke. You guys just only let me on once a year. I was on like your second show ever, and then I wasn't on until the very
Not me.
I'm pretty sure we've given you open invite.
Not my fault.
Who is the scheduler, and who is the only one that allows himself to use?
I have
Twitter?
told this.
It's all you.
I've told him he has open invite, so that's all you.
I was on the second interview ever, and then I was on at the very start of this year with Molly, and now I'm back. I just got to keep winning, and I think that's what it is.
First and last.
I'll be let back on. Yeah, exactly.
On 2 weeks ago on Happy Hour. So what now?
I guess. See, well, Happy Hour is different. That's not the live show, Jake.
We're gonna have like 3 things of Happy Hour with Robert on it. Like
he's not gonna.
You're gonna knock your yearly quota 5 years in advance this weekend. You're fine.
I guess I'll just be kicked off for the rest of the
We're not allowed to have him on.
Never again.
I have been on a few Happy Hours. I had my own Happy Hour, and then I'm pretty sure if there was one with Kaiser, I was probably on that, and then the one with Smets the other week.
Yeah, and now you're gonna be on the one on Friday.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I don't know. I have to be responsible on Friday night. I don't know if I can do that. No, I actually really do.
I'm actually legitimately
to be fair,
afraid Kaiser's gonna come in like.
I'm terrified that
I might have to go. I might have to leave the house Friday night and not see you guys until Sunday or Saturday. That might
happen. It's our fault. It's gonna be our fault.
Right. I don't want to have to put that on you guys.
But here's the thing, though. Happy Hour starts at like 5. We'll be done by like 7.
Will we?
I guess.
Will we though?
I don't think not if we're doing it live. You won't.
Will we?
I don't know.
Is this gonna be another 5-hour episode?
Plus, the way Hoey's talking, he wants to like go TP all the corruption houses. And
he's gonna be staying with corruption people.
Yeah,
you know what's funny? Out of all of our people who are coming with us, Hoey was the person that I least thought of being the troublemaker out of the group.
Oh, dude,
he sounds like the troublemaker.
He ended up in the right spot for sure.
He's now sounding like the troublemaker, and I can't wait for him.
I feel like we're gonna each need to put like "Find My Friend" on Hoey just in case. Like
it's gonna be The Hangover. We're gonna lose someone.
Yeah,
someone's gonna be. It's gonna be me or Molly.
Honestly, no. My money's on Molly for sure. Yeah,
my money's probably on Molly too.
That is true. Those demons know.
If I didn't have to be responsible, it'd be me for sure. But I don't need a handler. I have to watch myself this time.
Yeah,
I have to watch. I have to be responsible.
I do, unfortunately, but also kind of fortunately. There's important stuff happening.
Pros and cons.
Speaking of that, I mean, it's been a little bit since your most recent match, and obviously this one's heading into Spectacular, the biggest event that we have in the Schmoedown. How's everything been going on your side? Studying, live, kind of balancing the two. How you doing?
Yeah, it's been busy. Like this is definitely the most I've ever studied for a match before, which is saying something because I usually kind of go off the deep end, especially leading up to. But this is also this is the longest time I've ever had to prepare, knowing a match was coming. Since the day of the Cantina, which was whatever it was, late September or something like that.
That was a hot. That was a hot second ago.
Since that day, I knew the date of my next match, and that kind of lead time hasn't happened for me ever. Like the lead time has always been either 2-3 weeks this season, or last season we weren't even sure if there was going to be an IG tournament. There was just a lot of uncertainty the last couple seasons. But I like having that specified lead time because it gives me the ability to make a plan. Like you can't ever stay at the top of your game every single day of the year. Like there are ebbs and flows. It's the same thing with like working out or like running or something like that.
I don't know what that is.
Working out.
And,
what is this working out that you speak of?
When you're when you're training for something like that, you want to peak at the right time.
What is yogging? What is yogging?
What's a yogging?
I run 1 5K a month, and that's my exercise for the month. That's what.
And
it's
the turkey trot, isn't it? Something like
this
that.
This year it was. No, this month it was. Last month I did a different one.
I literally Jake knows. I have like the main street of Sacramento right here where they do the turkey trot. I woke up and I'm just sitting there like drinking my hot chocolate, like good for you. I'm like, not doing it, but good for you.
I'm still sore from Thursday. So
Brian woke up when they were cleaning up the turkey trot. That's
pretty much.
But as far as studying, I'm just trying to peak at the right time, and it's a lot easier to plan for that when you have the time to make a schedule. I put myself on a pretty strict schedule of like at least watching stuff. Like I want to have, here's my big list of stuff I want to watch before the match. I'm going to do this many this day, this many by this day, this many this week. Like I have it, pretty rigidly scheduled out. And when I have the time to schedule that, I think it just gives me more motivation to keep to that schedule and things like that. It was the same thing with the Cantina match. Once I knew that, I had probably a month, maybe month and a half to prepare for that one. And it was a similar thing.
Schmoedown time, month and a half.
Right. But that was just because we also marathoned through the IG tournament pretty quickly before that finals match. Did not have a lot of lead time before the other two matches of the tournament. I like having the time because it does let me have a schedule and stick to it and like peak at the right time, which I think I'm doing. I mean, I have now 5 or 6 days, and I feel really, really good about where I'm at right now. So
God, 6 days, good Lord.
Yeah, I don't think it's hit me. We're doing this yet.
It hasn't hit me yet. And I've been messaging people like, when do you land? So I know when to pick you up. And it's still like my brain hasn't registered the fact that I am literally going to pick this one up from the airport in like 3 days. Like my brain just hasn't even.
This is the mom of the group.
I'm the mom of the group right now. I'm just like, when do you land? Where are you driving into? Where are we going to go until we can get to the house? Like I'm the planner for all this freaking. Yeah, 100%. My brain just hasn't even registered that it's like Spectacular is literally on Saturday.
We've got mom planning it, and then Sean's texting us on the side. You guys better watch Wheel of Time. Okay, well,
but before I let these two ask something, I did have a question, kind of what we were talking about. In the lead up of everything, do you get like, is there a certain time where you start to feel maybe nerves or anxious, or is it like when it's all happening in the moment?
Really, I don't feel, man, that's a good question. I don't really feel nervous until the day of. The night before, maybe. Especially in digital matches, it happened more. I felt nervous longer. But in live matches, the couple of those I've competed in, it's not really until the night before when I'm like trying to go to bed and I'm like, oh man, this is happening tomorrow. And then when I get to the venue or the cantina or wherever it was, and that's when, once it starts to feel real, that's when I start to get nervous. But also, like, I sort of feed off those nerves. Like I am one of the people who says, like, if you're not feeling at least a little bit nervous, then it's not as important to you. Like, I think there's good nerves and bad nerves, and I like to think that I feel the good nerves that sort of motivate me and fuel me to perform and to do well, rather than the ones that like make me freeze.
Absolutely. Jill, you got a formal question for the Spider?
Yeah. So are you gonna be doing any of the expo stuff on Saturday? Or are you just gonna be in pure study mode?
No, I usually I tend not to study that much on the day of. Sometimes, and it depends on the match, it depends on the time. So I'm sure I'll get a couple reps in on Saturday, but in general, I don't like learning new things within like my benchmark is usually 24 hours. Like, I'll still review old stuff, but like, I go pens down at some point. I have to. I'm not one of the people who can be studying up until the moment I'm walking out on stage, like looking at notes on my phone. I just can't do that. To me, that just makes me feel either over prepped or it clogs my brain too much. I just have to, the couple hours before, I just have to get in the right headspace and the zone, ready to compete, whether that's, music or just hanging out with friends and stuff like that. So I probably won't be in study mode on Saturday. Excuse me. But I do think I'm doing expo stuff, at least as much as like my social battery can handle.
I feel you.
Because I also, a couple hours after that have to, go do my thing and try to win. But as far as I know, I'm still doing expo stuff until I get too tired, and then I'll go nap somewhere and then wake up before my match and get ready to go.
I'll give you my keys. You can go sleep in the car.
Right. Honestly, I'm one of the people, I can sleep anywhere. Like, in any type of clothes. Like, I'll fall asleep on the floor. I'll sleep on any couch. I'll sleep in the corner of a room. Like, I don't care. If I need to recharge for a half hour, I will.
The Zoomer.
Yeah, I've fallen asleep on Zoom multiple times.
We've seen
It's been a while. It has been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I'll sleep anywhere. No, I think the expo is great. Like, I love that kind of social interaction. Really does fuel me, and it sort of dissipates my nerves a little bit, and just makes me feel excited to see the people we're doing it for. And it is a show, and you're excited to see people and meet people. And I don't know, I'm just a people person that kind of way.
It's true.
Good.
You are.
Good. We do have 2 Streamlabs that have come through. So Brian, hold on your question for a sec. This first one's come from Allison Solomon, if I'm saying that correctly. I apologize.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Good luck this weekend, Parker. Can't wait to watch you take home that belt. But there you go.
Thanks, Allison.
A lot of people in the chat rooting for you here. And then next one's from Therrell. The only thing that you need to do is wear gloves with a mask, because the new COVID is touch based. There's that new string that was all overseas. And then
I didn't know that.
Also said, do you know the order your match is on Saturday? Which I doubt you do.
Yeah, I have not received any official communication of like a schedule or a series of events or anything like that. So I think that's sort of intentional, because I think they want it to feel like you don't really know like the WrestleMania card until or the card, but you don't know the order really until like the day of when you're sitting down to watch it. So I think that's partially intentional, but no, I don't know yet.
Mr. Brian?
It's a mystery.
Who are you most excited to see out of us three?
Out of you three? Oh, that's not fair. Sean.
I'm gonna tell him you said that.
I don't know. I can't choose anybody that I'm staying with, because I'm excited to see I'm excited to see people that we're staying with for very different reasons. Like, I've never met Hoey in person, but like he's become like a very close friend in the last year since like Kaiser and I got on a phone call with him after he was on your show about a year ago, or just under a year, or just over a year ago, like a year and a month ago. Kaiser and I got on the phone with him. We're like, hey, we think we know where you need to be.
You're welcome.
So like, I'm really excited to see how I haven't seen Molly or Alex in person since Atlanta. And so I'm excited to see the both of them. Obviously, you three, like everybody, and people who aren't sitting with us too. I'm just excited to see people again, man. I'm excited for that.
I just see Robert too much at this point. I'm just like, you're there. I'm just kidding.
It's funny because
it's been 2.5 months.
It's been a bit. It has been a bit.
It's funny because like almost everyone's like at least been in the same room, but hasn't really met each other. Because
right,
you were at the award show, correct? Yeah. So
that's the first time I met Robert. Was the awards? I think. No. You were at
Collision 2019 is when I met you, Jill.
Yes, you're correct.
You guys I met at awards, the 2020 awards.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I don't know dates anymore. Like everything is just like the past 2 years are just
what
a
is
blur.
the year?
What day is it? Who knows?
But yeah, are you excited that it's Kalinowski? Like, I mean,
yeah.
Okay, that's all
I am.
No, he's like, no,
I think,
screw that guy.
Obviously, like he's an excellent player and the best Innergeekdom player right now. You know, obviously accolades wise, and he's an intimidating player for sure. He's by far the best player I've ever played. But that makes me excited to step up to the challenge, because if I want to be taken seriously in that conversation, if I want to be taken seriously as, you know, the next big thing in Innergeekdom, if I want to, you know, really be the face of this division, I have to beat the best, and I can't just sit by and, you know, beat people who may not have much experience in the division or what have you. But, you know, I got to start beating the top tier talent. And I'm excited to really do that. And I think a win against Mike will put a huge feather in my cap as far as, you know, what I'm capable of, not just even winning the belt, even if it wasn't for the championship, like just having beaten somebody of that caliber. I have yet to do that. And obviously I know I'm capable of it. You know, the stats show I'm capable of it. And I'm excited to just go out and just get the job done, really, and move on to the next step of my career.
Do you think people don't take you as seriously because of the fact you haven't like faced someone of like a Kalinowski or?
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think so.
Like,
I haven't read as much of the commentary this year as I did last year, especially post in the back half this year. I sort of turned that around and stopped. But I think so. And I think that's just, and honestly, if I were in their positions, I probably would be too. I would be having my money on Kalinowski. Like, that's outside of me knowing myself what I'm capable of. But just like, I mean, he's a 3-time champion who's defended twice in this run in the modern era. And the biggest person I've beaten in my career is Saul. And that's not a slight against Saul. It's just that when I played Chandra, I lost. You know, when I played Chance last year, I lost. Like up until the Saul match, the biggest moments of my career, I didn't pull it out. So if I were in their positions, you know, I'm not mad at anybody for not taking me as seriously, because they're right. I don't have that one big put me over the mountaintop win. At least I don't yet, and I will in 6
There we
days.
go. That's the attitude I want to hear.
But yeah, and that's why I'm excited that it's Kalinowski, because once I beat him and once I win the belt, I don't think that anybody anymore can be like, oh, he doesn't have what it takes. Like, if I beat Kalinowski, because this is the best run of his career so far, and if I stop that on the best run of my career so far, I think that just is such a big notch in I like to think that it will be in such a big notch in people's minds of where I am in the standings of the division and you know, just my impact on the league.
Yeah. Hashtag Team Perker.
Yeah,
I've been telling myself all day to remember to say Happy Hanukkah to everyone in the chat, and I literally just remembered now.
Happy Hanukkah, everybody who celebrates.
Thank you.
I will say, so not only are we on your side, but also
Is she?
He is.
I was gonna say, are we?
Is she?
Sounds good.
Come on. So is Amaru, because of certain reasons, obviously. So
Yeah.
there you go. So Brian Nussbaum put up a question in the chat that I actually did want to ask. It's very simple and it's a fun one. Outside of your match, is there one match that you're really looking forward to watching as a fan?
Yeah, I think probably the Star Wars match. And that's just because I think there's so much impact on, even though it has the least impact as far as like faction standings are concerned for the rest of this season, I think it has the biggest impact on like the division as a whole and the league as a whole. Like I think no matter what, whoever wins that should be well, maybe not no matter what, almost guaranteed, like 80% plus, whoever wins that should be Rookie of the Year, because they will have been undefeated in the hardest division and end as the champion as a rookie. And I think that is unheard of. That's impossible to do. Even if Newman wins one of the belts, I still think the winner of that match, unless Newman wins both.
That's I was going to say that's unless Newman wins both belts.
If Newman goes 1-1 at Spectacular, I think the winner of the Star Wars match should absolutely be the Rookie of the Year because they will be undefeated. And the Star Wars division is the hardest division.
Yeah.
Statistically, like you can have a 90+% accuracy and have a record that's -3. Like that's insane.
Yeah,
that's
it's crazy.
to be that good no matter what, and still not know if you're gonna have a winning record. And the fact that both of these competitors are both what now 6-0 or something like that.
Yeah.
And the winner's gonna be 7-0 with probably a 90+% accuracy in the hardest division of the league. That's insane to me. And a champion, like I think that I'm very, very excited.
It's like calling someone's name and they just appear in this chat at all
like
times.
Beetlejuice.
Like,
there it is.
Just
like,
show
hey,
up,
Harper.
Mr. Thomas.
I didn't say my pick yet.
He didn't say his pick.
I didn't say my pick.
I guess it's time for me to blow the wheels off.
But yeah, I think that the winner of that Star Wars match will have had one of the best seasons in Schmoedown history. And I think it's also the one that's the closest. Like the other matches, I feel like relatively confident in my picks. Like I don't think it'll go to sudden death, or I don't think, it might not even go down to both people's fives. Like I feel relatively secure in most of my other picks. But the Star Wars one is just a freaking toss up, man. That either one of those could win it.
Literally.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to predicting that one.
It's a
No
rookie undefeated match.
I think it just has the best story. The best story is two
Yeah.
undefeated rookies who have played near perfect this entire year. Both of them won a tournament to get here. One of them beat the previously unstoppable champion. The other one has barreled through this tournament against some of the best players in the division. And I think that collision course is just so exciting to watch.
Crazy.
Can you imagine if that's this match that kicks off Spectacular? Oh my god!
I think it will be.
It did last
That's
Spectacular.
what I'm saying. Yeah, Star Wars did kick it off, and it'll more than likely happen again. But Jesus,
I think that one also last year partially because didn't that one have more impact on the faction standings? Like if
so,
I feel like I remember the faction standings were decided in that first match.
Corruption won
right?
because Ace had lost. Yes.
Right, that's what it was. Yeah. And I think so. Yeah, maybe that. I think that probably had something to do with the order, at least. But this year there's a couple matches. Like there's still possibilities for at least 2 different teams, if not 3, if certain things go a little bit wonky. So.
Well, speaking of that, Tim Sim threw in a super chat here and says, "How does Parker feel about being part of Corruption's 2-match plan to defend their faction championship?"
That's another reason I'm glad it's Mike, is because there's nothing that will bring me more joy than denying Corruption the faction championship. I'm just so excited. That's going to be so much fun. As soon as I win, they'll be like, "Oh, and Corruption is out of the faction race," and I'll be like, "Haha!" Like, it's gonna be fun. If we can't win it, I'm burning the house down for Corruption, and that's exciting for me.
So does anyone else want to pick Robert up from the airport, or am I still?
I'll Uber.
Stuck? I'll Uber. No,
I love the fact that we're gonna be like split down the middle on Corruption and Dungeon, and the amount of ish talking that's just going to happen. And Jake and I are just going to be like, yeah, okay.
And hey, I like a lot of people on Corruption, but the faction as a whole, I am very excited to deny them that championship. Some of them are good people, but
that's fair. That's fair. Brian, you got another one?
Are you worried that it will be a full moon the night of Spectacular?
Yeah, because if it is,
I'm
gonna
it
have to
really?
take somebody into my place, because then I have to end up, I have to wake up the next morning in the woods with, just like scratch marks all over me and be like, what happened? Because I am a werewolf. So I'm glad that you doxed me on this public forum. That's nice of you.
Well, my second question was, how many answers do you have hidden in that glorious beard that you have now.
I trimmed it. I got the pre-spectacular haircut today. I trimmed the beard today. I'm not as many as I did 8 hours ago. But still some. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
They're still there. It's full of
Do you
secrets.
think that you have, without obviously saying which, are there some categories that you maybe started the year kind of like that now you're just like, if this lands somewhere, bring it. Like they're
100%.
not going to see it's coming.
100%. Yeah. I think that, and I think that just goes for every player, especially when they start out the new season with such new categories. Like this, I played last year when it was the end of sort of the era of old IG, where it was the core 8 categories, and that was it. And I had,
when I could answer questions.
Yeah, right.
I only went 2-1 last year, but I still found some success in that format. And then this year, I've really hit my stride in the new format with the expanse of the multiple divisions or multiple categories, excuse me. And at the start of this year, I was really worried about a couple of them, and then I just put in the work, and I had the people behind me who were strong in the stuff that I didn't have innate knowledge in. Because I'll take just born knowledge and just a great base of knowledge over studying into something any day. And that's just because I don't know. It's good to study into something and you can still learn it just as well. But just having a base knowledge is so it's just so necessary and underrated in so many categories. So I've really put in the work on the categories I didn't have that with this year. And yeah, there's definitely a number of categories that I think people may see me as weak on, whether it's for my age or for my tastes or whatever it is. But there's not a single category on that wheel that I am not confident I could go 8 of 10, 9 of 10, 10 of 10 in. So yeah, when you're playing this kind of competition at this kind of top tier of IG, there's no category that you should really be able to sync somebody with, I don't think. So if somebody thinks they can do that with me, they have another thing coming.
Oh,
I like it.
pew.
I like it. All right, to wrap this up, Parker, have you ever answered her POV question?
He has
Probably,
to. He's been here 9
I'm
million
sure.
times.
Yeah.
I think
I think I did at the start of this year when I was with Con and Molly. I think I did then.
Okay. Well, just to clarify,
We
favorite
can
candy,
redo it, that's fine.
favorite candy, and favorite movie snack.
Favorite candy is probably Sour Patch Kids, or Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. One of the two.
Interesting.
The regular
and then-
Sour Patch or the watermelon Sour Patch?
Regular. Miss me
okay.
with that watermelon stuff.
Watermelon's the best.
I agree.
Nah. And movie snack, I eat so much popcorn. So much. I used to, when I was in college, I would eat a bag of microwave popcorn a day, sometimes
Oh my
two.
God.
I'm the kind of the same. Like now.
So I've gotten better. Now it's only like once every other day, once every 3 days. I've laid back, but I still fuck with some popcorn. I still I'm sorry. I still eat a lot of popcorn. And my favorite, if I'm really splurging at the movies, what I'll do, I used to do this when I worked at the theater, is I would get myself a popcorn and then the peanut M&Ms, not the peanut butter M&Ms, the one with the peanuts inside, put those in the popcorn and you get your sweet and your salty.
All right.
Are you one of those weird people that put peanuts in your Coke?
No, I don't drink Coke though.
Okay, that's fair. Have you
Peanuts
heard
in
about
your
that?
No.
Yeah.
That's like
I've
a
never
southern
heard that
thing,
before.
isn't
Is
it?
it a southern thing?
Oh,
okay.
Interesting. Well, Parker, as always, thank you so much for stopping by, hanging out with
Thanks
us
for
for a little
having
bit.
me.
Can't wait to see you on Thursday. Can't wait to see what happens
Yeah,
on
I'm excited,
Saturday.
man.
See you
It's
Thursday.
gonna be a great weekend, and just we'll see it again on Thursday. But good luck, man. Good luck on everything.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We'll see you in a couple days.
Yeah,
Bye.
have a good night.
Bye. See you Thursday. I can't believe that's on Thursday.
I know it's
very weird.
Yeah, it's crazy that it's coming this fast.
Insanity.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Okay, so let's kind of move this forward, and because we do have 5 matches to talk about, let's just talk about the match that we were talking about with him. Let's start with the IG match. So Mike Kalinowski puts his belt on the line against one Robert the Spider Parker in his first title match here. Parker's got a new picture finally.
I do appreciate that they
Finally.
updated his picture.
Thank the Lord.
Bless.
You
And
look half a year older.
A whole 6 months, maybe
Yeah.
7, maybe 7 months old.
I know we've talked about it sparingly over the past couple shows. Let's make our official picks right here, right now. Jill, let you start us off because you probably
You're gonna make her go first.
You
I'm gonna make her
know,
go first.
I feel like I'm contractually obligated to like.
Are you
say,
though?
I kind of am. I kind of am contractually obligated to say corruption.
Okay.
And Mike Kalinowski, but this is definitely going to be an interesting match. I can obviously see this going either way. I do think it is Parker's time to take that belt. But due to contractual obligations, I will say because we need a piece of that winnings or whatever it is now. I don't know, but yes,
It's Monopoly money.
I'll take Monopoly money. I do enjoy Monopoly.
I mean, let's be
not
honest.
me, my significant other.
The US of A might start accepting that at some point. Who knows?
But I do think it is Robert Parker's time.
You literally just said it was Mike's.
I said I was contractually obligated, but I said it was Robert Parker's time.
Okay, so all right, there we go. I like it. Brian, are you on the Parker train?
Yeah, I think the thing that he said that's key is he has had time.
Oh yeah.
Time is
So has Mike.
Yes, but whenever we saw Parker, it was like quick matches. Like has one, has another one. So I think Parker's got this one. I mean, this is what he's been fighting for since the second he took the stage. Took the stage? Did he take the stage?
Join the league? Join the league?
I was gonna say storm the stage, but I realized Atlanta wasn't.
Oh, in Atlanta? Yeah.
Yeah, but
Go to Mike, whatever.
Either way, this is what he's been fighting for. This is what he's been wanting. He's not gonna just like let it go. Like he has the time, he has the knowledge. It's his time.
Yeah, Parker's got this. This is probably one of the scariest of matches, because there's so many things that could come out from this, right? Like we talked about with Star Wars a little bit, that it doesn't really have an impact on the faction race. The Schmoedown right now in this season is all about the faction race. Like titles matter, but the faction race is extremely important, and Parker could do a lot of things on top of just winning a belt for himself. I'm gonna pick Robert. In a very incredibly tight, maybe 1 point, maybe sudden death situation, or
it'll be like no more than 2 points.
This is not going to be the Kalinowski you saw at Spectacular 2 years ago. This is not going to be
this. Like this could come down to like a crazy moment in like the buzzer round or something. Like that's like the deciding factor of this match. I mean, I think we're going to see the absolute best of both of them this match, and it's. Like, I'm not afraid to say that it could end up as one of the greatest matches we've ever seen because of how high talented they are when it comes to this stuff. Like,
yeah.
And Parker mentioned it, but we're seeing the best of both of them in their best years. And I know that Kalinowski's been around a lot longer than Robert has, but Robert's playing the best he has, and Mike is playing the best he has ever played.
It's definitely both their best seasons.
Yeah,
hands down.
It's gonna be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on. Let's shake it up and let's go to the teams match.
I think it's safe to say that Molly picks him as well.
Yeah. She's not gonna pick stats. Are you kidding me?
Let's go to the teams match here. Shazam puts their belts on the line up against the rookie pairing for the Finstock Exchange and King Arthur, Griffy, Newms, and King Khan, who have gotten the exchange a ton of points recently. And Bibiani and Brendan Meyer are trying to defend once again and almost solidify themselves as the greatest team to ever play in the Schmoedown. Brian, I'll start with you on this one. Shazam, King Arthur. This one can also be a barn burner. Who you got?
I think I'm calling upset. I think this one might be the King and Mr. Newms. I think this is going to be a very split with fans, but I think I'm going to go with King Arthur on this one. Oh, it hurts saying it.
I also have King.
Oh,
I think it's gonna come down, but it could honestly go either way, obviously, because Shazam, I'll say it and I'll prominently say it, and I can't be said otherwise. Shazam is the best team of all time right now. And obviously they have the belt for the reason. They can obviously win again, but Khan and Newms are freaking scary. You know, I think it's going to come down to round one. I think whoever is on top in round one is going to win the match.
Jake, you should do a Twitter thread right now of voting after we do and see how it leads at the end of the show.
I'll post it in while we're talking about the next one. Jill, you're not wrong. I never even thought about that that the first round could actually be the deciding factor in this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Bibbs is Bibbs. Griffy Newms has been Griffy Newms, but we saw them when they played each other that they weren't their typical selves. That was like a 4-3 round one or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen the kid do very well recently in the tournament. He was pretty much not perfect, but near perfect almost every single time. Khan has struggled at times, but and I think King Arthur at this point is probably the toughest test they have faced recently, because Khan and Griffy, their stuff is so different from each other. They balance each other out so well, which is exactly what Shazam has been doing for years. The two of them, they know each other's knowledge, but they also know completely different weaknesses of each other to balance each other out.
Which was kind of the same thing with the Odd Couple when they were together.
Look, and it's no secret here. I'm obviously going Shazam. I'm wearing the shirt for a reason.
What? What?
It's absolutely no secret, but I will say, the way that Griffy has been playing is big. But I will say, in the fact that if there is a tough round one for King Arthur, Shazam is incredibly hard to come back against.
Mm-hmm.
Incredibly hard to come back against.
Yeah.
We saw what happened with Lightning Time and how that match just flipped on its head in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
You let them get out in front, it could be a different story. Now, Corruption came back on them, but that's because Chance dominated the buzzer round. How is Griffy and Khan going to be on the buzzer round compared to Brennan and Bibbs, who are usually very, very good at it?
Compared to King of Hyper spanning the
like
buzzer. Brendan Meyer just
those childlike reflexes.
Yeah, it's gonna be. There's gonna be buzzers on the floor because they're smacking them so much. They're just gonna roll off.
Buzzers.
I will add, this will probably be the most entertaining match out of.
I agree. I think this is gonna be the most fun. Match.
Oh, fun. Yeah. Okay, fine.
I mean, okay, so and maybe entertaining wasn't the best word, because there is a match that's coming up that will probably be the most entertaining. But overall, this might be one of the best matches to watch, because great trivia, fun, intense, title on the line. Like, there's a lot to it. And again, if Shazam loses, Finstock Exchange wins the faction race. So that's also another big part of this, is that
automatically.
I thought they have to win both.
I'm pretty sure they
have. Well, it depends on Corruption.
Because Corruption also has 2 matches.
Yeah.
Okay, so then if Corruption loses and Finstock wins this one, then Exchange is the title.
Because Mike and Marisol would both be defenses, which is more points.
You're correct. You're correct. But
the singles is literally Corruption versus Exchange.
But the singles could end up not even mattering. So oh, hello, Harloff.
What are we talking about?
I wonder what we're talking about.
And the profile picture got me.
This match could end up not even mattering because of certain things that happen with the IG and the teams match. The singles match could end up not even mattering, depending on what happens with the IG and singles match.
All depends on the order too.
But that too.
So I'm going against both of them. But if Mike wins and King Arthur wins, that means that the faction race comes down to the final match of the season.
Yeah, Marisol would have to defend.
That would be crazy.
I hope that happens. I really hope it happens where we don't.
Oh, so you do want Harper to lose?
That's not what I'm. Okay, I would love Corruption to win the faction standings, obviously. So it would be really freaking cool if we don't find the winner of the faction standings until the last match. Like, that's just poetic. You can't write that any better. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see. We've seen spectaculars where every match is a TKO, so we don't know what's
best
gonna
type of championships are when they are decided at the last hurrah.
It's like game 7 of the World Series. Like that's what you're
basically.
It's the final game of the final series of the sports season. Like that's what you want it to be for.
Yeah.
This is why you made the faction race for this exact reason. It's the complete opposite of last year, right? Where it was decided in the very first match.
Yeah.
So, and again, it all depends on how it plays out leading up to it. But let's get to the inevitable Star Wars match here. This one, the two rookies, the two undefeated rookies, facing off for that championship. Thomas Harper, the major, will be defending up against the most recent addition to the Schmoedown, Nicki Dimalanta, who joined, as far as playing halfway through the season. She was drafted, but she only started playing halfway through the season. A lot of people going for Demi in this one. A lot of people, but we talked about it with Parker. This is just a cool story in general because Harper is putting, the whole Dragon Con thing on his back, and that whole conversation that happened in the offseason of these Star Wars Dragon Con players. Can they come into this league and really do what they need to do? And then Demi is coming from, I was helping my husband win belts. Now it's my turn, and I'm gonna destroy everybody in my path. Like it's
smiling
crazy.
the entire way.
Yeah, just like having an absolute blast the entire way. Jill, I'm gonna go back to you.
This I agree with a lot of people in the chat that this is going to be a coin toss. I could see this as being another 150-150. Like I can totally see that happening with these two. And while I do enjoy seeing the adventures of the Star Wars belt that Thomas Harper has taken this belt on, he's taken this belt kayaking. He's taken this belt to like the Smithsonian. It's been a really cool thing to see like the belt like go to all these places. But y'all, we
5
need
out of 5 confidence level, bro. Come on.
That 5 out of 5. We need our first female Star Wars champion, and I would love it to be Nicki Dimalanta. So Thomas Harper, I love you, and I think you've been a really great champion. And I hope if you do keep that belt, that you continue to show us some really cool things with it. Maybe put some cool googly eyes on there because that'd be really fun. But I need me a female Star Wars champion, and I think Demi can do just that. So
this is an interesting comment. That's a very I don't necessarily know if I agree.
She's a theater kid.
I don't know if I agree with that.
She already had a strategy. She's taking her glasses off and being blind, so I don't think it's gonna.
Yeah, she told us that. She goes, "I'm just gonna take them off so I don't see anybody."
I don't think that's gonna affect her at all. The live stage, and I don't think it's gonna affect Harper at all either because he's got that. I think Chairman's correct. I think it is going to come down to the buzzers.
It's literally this one. Literally might come down to reflexes because she answered those speed rounds like a mother.
Yeah.
Gosh, Alice was like, "Oh, I didn't even finish my question." Okay, here we go.
Well, and we talked about it. I think it was maybe even when we had Thomas on about his process of making sure he has the correct answer.
Yeah.
In the speed round, specifically in buzzers, and I know he's in the chat and he's probably like, "What are you guys talking about?" If you think about that question for too long, we could see Nicki being like, she listens to the 3 words and she's got the answer. Like,
this is definitely one of those matches I feel like where they both might have to take that gamble. I mean, fair. But I think this is one of those matches where they're both so good that they're gonna have to take that gamble and buzz in before the question's even finished.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna come into play for this match a lot. Like doing that whole, I don't know if this is the question you're asking, but I'm gonna gamble and take the risk on it just to make sure that you don't get it, kind of thing. I think that's gonna be pretty prominent in this match. But they're also crazy Star Wars people, and they could just know these questions after 3 words in a sentence. So what do I know? I couldn't do it. There's no way. Nope. No, thank you.
Are you making a prediction though?
I said I was going to give the edge to Nicki.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am giving the edge to Nicki.
Making sure. Real quick,
But
Brian,
I won't be sad if Thomas defends. I will say that. I think Thomas is a great champion as well.
Ultimately, whatever does happen, I agree with you. We come out with an incredible champion between Thomas and Dim.
Yeah,
between
I'm not upset with however it ends. I'll say that.
Brian, hold on real quick. What happened last time a suspect did their first buzzer round and last time a den member did their first?
Oh,
the shade.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. Good Lord. Holy God.
Wow.
I'm not touching that with the 10-foot.
I'm just gonna.
Wow.
I'm just here. I'm just here. Hi. Hello.
Okay, Brian.
Happy Sunday.
This is the only match that's like physically makes me like ill nervous.
Really?
I love them both. They're both awesome. Like, I mean, it's easy to root against someone like Mike. Like when you want someone else, it's easy to root against Mike.
Yeah.
It's easy to root against someone like that.
I don't think anyone's rooting against anybody in this match.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's so much harder because you like these people. Like they're both awesome. This is one where I'm just like, I'm gonna go pace in the lobby because like I don't want to like.
You don't even want to watch it?
I think
I'm gonna be stressing.
I
And
think
it has
I'm
zero
with
effect
Brandy.
on my life.
Oh my God.
Also, I'm hoping we'll get some like lightsaber split in half, and they can just share the belt. That's
Both take it home.
Yes, partially, but I think that would break Alex Damon in half, so we can't do that.
He'll have like a conniption.
He'll feel it through the force.
He'll feel it through the. He'll be like, "Oh, I feel a disturbance, like thousands of crying voices." Just like, oh no.
I literally.
Oh my God.
It's true.
He's like the faction standings don't matter anymore. Listen,
I'm not kidding. I still have not made like a full decision, but if I'm going right now, I think I'm gonna go Thomas on this one. Oh,
it's valid.
So hard.
It's
this one
because like no one is rooting against anybody here. No. I think no matter what happens, no one's like heartbroken about it.
Honestly, it's just the fact that like that bond of he likes Y-Wings, and that was like
he just really likes Y-Wings.
No one likes Y-Wings.
Justice for the Y-Wing.
Jake, you knew that. You used to give me crap all the time. All the time. And then all of a sudden Tom
He's given Y-Wing lovers a voice, dang it.
Yeah, exactly. So how do I pick against that?
I do agree with Brandy that it is going to be the nicest match. It's going to be on par with like the Brendan Meyer Jacoby match, minus Brandon Hanna, of course. Like, that match was just like all about happy niceness. I think this is going to be very much the same way. I'll hold you to that, Harper.
Before I make a prediction, I'll do a backflip if this goes sudden death. I live for that pressure and those questions tilting my favor.
I will throw up. I will literally throw up.
So I have a little bit of a cop out because Nicki Dimalanta is on my fantasy team. And
oh my God!
I'm trying to get those points. I'm trying to get those points.
I have 3 people on my team.
I don't think you're going anywhere higher than 3rd place, so it doesn't.
I'm trying to get those points. No, but look, like in all honesty, if fantasy wasn't a factor, which in reality it probably isn't.
We stopped looking because Frank hit a peak.
It is. This has the potential to be like maybe the best overall. I just saw his comment.
That's why.
Dead to me. Dead.
This has the potential to be maybe the best overall Star Wars match. And when I say that, 51-50 between Dimalanta and Damon was perfect in every possible way we could have it, right? It was Alex Damon and Andrew Dimalanta, a match that we've been waiting for in a very long time. But what that match didn't have, which is what a lot of the Star Wars matches have had, and what almost the division was kind of built off of, was that fun aspect of Star Wars trivia, right?
Yeah.
That we go to in bars or local breweries or whatever it may be, and we play in as ourselves. Both Thomas, and even though Thomas is extremely intense at times because he has this major persona, right? And he's very into the moment, and it makes sense. Nicki brings this completely lighthearted, different side of it that we don't usually get to see inside the Star Wars division because it's such an intense league. Every match is so incredibly important, intense. The questions is so much focus, the depth of them.
Yeah.
Even though it is a big match,
she's definitely a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, it's going to be different. One, because like we mentioned, there's no reason or no need for a faction race on this one, right? It's just like a regular season match.
Mhm.
This doesn't impact anything that's happening at Spectacular. Now it's just Thomas and Nicki playing a Star Wars trivia match in front of a big crowd. But I think that this fun aspect of it is really going to bring a different element that we're not going to see in the other matches because the factions don't matter as much in this one. Nicki and Thomas are both completely different from any other players that we're really getting inside the other matches because everyone is so like tight, like Parker Kalinowski, Marisol, Griffy, Newms, right? It's like these super tight matches, but you get to Thomas Harper and Nicki Dimalanta. It's like, oh, there's actual sun. Like the sun can shine, you know?
Oh,
like,
look, happy day.
There's two suns.
Yeah,
There's two of them.
There you go. So I think it's going to be a nice, but I just think it has the potential of being the best overall Star Wars match because it has a little bit of everything. It really does have a little bit of everything. Because I remember lead up to the Alex Damon Andrew Dimalanta match, I was like sweating.
We all were.
We
were all sweating.
Like I'm obviously going to be freaking out watching this, but I'm also going to be having an absolute blast because I know that Thomas and Nicki on stage playing, they're going to be having the time of their lives doing this. It's not going to be the most intense thing they've ever done in the world. They're just playing Star Wars trivia. That is it. So yeah, it's definitely one to look forward to, obviously. And if it kicks off the event, like my goodness.
No, they're playing on Bespin. That's why Rocha's there.
I didn't know Bespin existed. How is he going to find it?
So I just put up. I'm now going to be throwing up the polls on Twitter. The polls are there. I will be adding them as we talk about. The first three that we talked about are already there. But let's go ahead and get to the next one. And before we get to the singles match, let's talk about the one last ride for Mr. John Rocha. John Rocha is playing his final Schmoedown match ever, and he'll be taking on his former best friend, former teammate, former faction mate, and former rival, who is now considered his current rival, Mr. Dangerous Dan Murrell, in a match that does not count for points. It doesn't count towards the faction race at all. It is an old school 5-round classic match between the Outlaw and Dangerous Dan Murrell, who have an incredible amount of history. Brian, I'll go to you first on this one. This one should be interesting.
It is. It's kind of like even still hard to believe that he's saying that this is his last hurrah. Like, it's kind of sad because it's the end of an era. It's one of the pillars of the community. I mean,
the shade.
There's so much of it happening right now.
Here I'm trying to be like polite and nice. Yeah, I don't know, because I don't know what he's been doing. Like, has he been studying? Has he just like, hey, just give me a match? And this is honestly the one that I'm the most unsure about. I feel like honestly, I just have no idea. I don't have a preference really who wins. I just kind of want to see like some, I don't know if lighthearted, because Outlaw is not lighthearted. He's very ruthless. But
Dan has also gotten very feisty this season.
Yes, Dan has gotten,
especially when it comes to Rocha.
Yes.
Yeah. Dan's sass level is very high. I really don't know. on this one. Like, I mean, Dan's been doing good, but he's still the GOAT. Like, I mean, Rocha we just haven't seen in forever. Like, I might have to literally just flip a coin. Like, I honestly might have to, because I really don't know. Because I think that Rocha is going to make sure that he doesn't, if he's going to go out, he's not going to look like a fool.
I agree with that. I do agree.
And that, to me, makes him more deadly, because he's going to make sure he walks off into the sunset like the best he's ever looked. But you're also playing Dan.
But it's also Dan Murrell.
Yeah. So, and is it 3 or 5 rounds? It's 5?
It's 5 rounds.
5? So there's buzzers?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, see, the buzzer scares me for Rocha. I think.
How are Rocha's reflexes? Has anyone checked?
Oh.
Sorry. I'm just here. Just here.
I wish he would just like pop up on our StreamYard right now, but that's
what I'm
No,
trying
honestly,
not
that's
to.
what
But
I'm
here's the
terrified
thing:
from
I'm
happening.
trying not to say his name too many times, because if
I
we say
know.
his name like 4 times, he just appears. That's usually
that'd
what
be
he
so
does.
amazing if he just found his way into this stream.
Hello.
I really don't know.
Well, I'll say this, Brandy. Apparently, I'm dead to you because I'm picking John Rocha.
Oh, hi, Bibbs.
No.
Bibbs isn't.
Hi, Bibbs.
Hi, Bibbs. I'm picking Rocha. I think that and this just could be a moment thing, but I don't think there's a match he's probably taken more serious.
I think both of them probably,
because it is.
Yeah, they both want to destroy each other.
Well, it's his final match ever.
Yeah.
And he wants to make sure he goes out on the best terms possible, and I'm sure he'll think of that way if he plays the best game and he still loses. Like, he still has had a great final match, right? And we've seen it with plenty of people before in different sports when it comes to losing, and maybe it's their final shot. But I will also say that we have also seen Dan struggle lately. He has not been up to Dan Murrell's speed over the last couple of matches, both teams and singles. And again, Dan's been playing, Rocha has not been, so that could easily play into it. Old man reflexes, I don't know, very possible.
He said
I don't
it,
know.
not me. He said it, not me.
I'm just saying. I think I'm gonna give the edge to Rocha. I think Rocha walks away with a victory in this one. I do. As much as it it doesn't matter, but I think I took him in the 4th round of fantasy this year too. So boom.
Ha.
I
have Dan Murrell too, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Do you get points for this? I guess
you don't get points for this.
Well, I'm giving myself points if that happens.
So I have two thought processes on entirely different spectrums for this one. There is a part of me that wants Dan Murrell to absolutely destroy John Rocha.
Yes.
To just destroy him. I want Dan to just be like, you shouldn't have asked for this goodbye match. That was a dumb choice. Bye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Like, but on my other thought process, I'm like, it's Rocha's last match. For him to go out on a win would be pretty freaking cool. Because he's the big reason why we have these big, huge characters in this league now, in all these divisions, is because of John Rocha. He set the standard of like what a heel was, and he was the first real like, I'm a heel, I'm a bad guy, rah, or hate me. So I think it'd be really cool to see him go out with like fireworks, and he takes the W.
The only thing that scares me is if he wins and he called this the GOAT match, we're never gonna hear the end.
Rocha, like Murrell said in that promo, he calls himself the GOAT, whereas everyone else calls Dan the GOAT. He doesn't call himself the GOAT.
Accurate. Even if Rocha takes the win on this, I will not call him GOAT.
I'm sure he'll still call himself the GOAT even if he loses. That's how Rocha is.
People will say that Dan hasn't been playing up to Dan Murrell standards this season. here's my hot take on that. I think the way Dan is playing now is still better than how John Rocha has played. I'll say that. Love me or hate me for saying that. That's just my thoughts. So, but you know, I am going to be rooting for Dan on this one. But I do think it would be cool for Rocha to win in his last match.
I think either way, if we just get a great match, I think
it's gonna be straight fire. It's gonna be the most back and forth.
Part of me almost even thinks like
talking.
We're gonna kind of forget that they're doing a match. They're just gonna be talking to each other.
We're gonna get more ish talking in this match than we're gonna get in the Kalinowski Parker.
I honestly think this might be the longest of the matches too.
Well,
just because they're going to be talking so much.
Yeah, there's probably going to be a lead-up promo and stuff like that.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking actual time because they're just going to be jibber-jabbering.
Well, I think, and I do think that there should be a little bit of leeway for them to be able to talk a little ish in between questions. Like, why not?
They should. Yeah. It's this last match. They should have fun with it.
Match for the most part. So,
and let's be honest, everyone in attendance would be like, "Yes, please give us an extra 30 minutes of this match." Like, we wouldn't care.
Yeah, because it's Dan Murrell and John Rocha. Like, come on, it's. You can't do a spectacular without either of those gentlemen, and they are in a match together. Like Absolutely. It's gonna be, and I think the crowd's gonna be a lot of fun. I think the crowd is gonna be.
Jen's gonna be up there a while.
Poor Jen. Yeah, Jen's gonna be there for a while. I think the crowd's gonna be straight fire. It's gonna be. I think a lot of people are gonna lose their voices over this match because they're gonna be screaming for Dan, screaming for Rocha, screaming against Dan, screaming against Rocha. It's going to be a fun one.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Okay, so before we move on to the final match, I just will say again, we do have an early prediction poll up on Twitter that's currently going. The first 4 matches we talked about are there. We're going to talk about the percentages at the end of the show. So make sure you go over there and retweet, share, all that stuff, and then vote yourself as well. While my dogs are barking at each other. But let's get to the final match, the match that could end up deciding everything. We are seeing Marisol McKee put her belt on the line up against the rookie sensation himself, downtown Griffy Newms. This match is going to end up being crazy. This is going to no doubt be the final match of the day. And like I said, it could end up being the deciding factor for the entire faction race this year in 2021.
With those 2 factions being the deciding.
Yeah. Corruption versus Exchange, Gucci versus Shannon, Marisol versus Griffy. Brian, I'll go to you first as I let my dog in. Go for it.
Puppies.
Oh, they want in? I didn't think that. Yeah, this is going to be an absolute smoke show of a match. And I mean, it's funny to like say that this could be match of the year and it hasn't even happened. And like,
as the potential.
This match could be just insane. I thought Griffy Newms was untouchable. Like literally this man, no one could beat him. Anyone that played him was going to lose. Then he played Bibbs. And Bibbs made him bleed. Not literally, because Bibbs would
sweat. Made him sweat. Made him sweat.
Yes. And I think that is exactly the type of motivation and stuff that gets Marisol like ready to go. Like I think Marisol is going to come in swing. Well, not literally because she's not going to be able to get through TSA with it, but sword. And I think that she keeps that belt, and he does not complete that perfect season that it has looked like he was going to have since day one. She's a killer. She's an absolute monster, and I just don't see that belt leaving her shoulder.
Jill, are you on the same train?
I was there in studio when she won the belt, and I will be there when she defends for the second time. Yeah, my girl Marisol's taking that, and she's going to be the champion going into next season for sure.
Yes, Nathan, I realized it after I said it, but there's already a killer on corruption.
This is a fun stat here. They both won in New York at the live
They
event.
did.
Which is a fun little stat. Tim Sim here with the super chat. FY, the singles title has changed hands at nearly every main event at Spectacular since 2017. Murrell's the only one to defend it at the first Spectacular in 16. History will side against Marisol.
And here's my retort on that. She made history as the first female singles champion, and she's gonna keep making history notes because she's gonna keep that belt in her hands. That's spectacular.
I will third everything that you guys have said. I think Marisol wins. I think it might end up being the most nerve-wracking match.
Yes, this is the one where I'm gonna be like head in my knees, anxiety.
Yeah, I
like,
think it's gonna be so close.
Depends on for.
Well, I think it's gonna be so close between the two of them. It's gonna be scary to watch, I think, unless something crazy happens, right, where someone just doesn't have their day, which will be also hard to watch. We saw it at Spectacular two years ago, the singles match between Oyama and Bateman, where Paul just didn't have his day. It was hard to watch. Ben
I don't want to talk.
Yeah, it was tough, and
Yeah.
we've seen it happen plenty of times before when it comes to under the lights per se. But I doubt that'll happen between Griffy and Marisol.
No.
I think Marisol comes ready to play. I think Griffy also comes ready to play. Also, Griffy has another match earlier in the day to worry about, and sometimes that can affect someone. Maybe that match goes a little too long, overtime. There's a lot happening.
They lose, that could mess with someone's head.
There's a lot of factors to keep in mind when he's playing that teams match, and I know there's been plenty of people who've played 2 matches and been successful and stuff like that, but sometimes it can get to you, and it can creep up on you when
especially
you just don't know.
5-round matches. That's a lot.
And what happens if they're placed closer together than maybe you expected? Like maybe
it could go back to back. We don't know.
You don't know how the outcome is. I doubt that'll be the case, but it's very possible. So I'm very, very interested. Oh, there she is.
Hi, Molly.
Hi, friends. Can't wait to see everyone this week. Going to try and get lots of sleep the next few days since I won't get much nowhere.
Girl, same.
Max.
Girl, same.
Molly, if you feel free to put your picks in the chat if you want. You don't have to though.
Your picks in the chat. Yeah, Molly and I are going to be eating Taco Bell at 2 a.m. pretty much every day this weekend.
Don't forget your quesadillas.
Hi, Kaiser.
Hi, Kaiser.
Okay, listen, sir. Listen. I love you very much, John, but tickets in LA are expensive. Come on now. Let's no. No, thank you. I love you very much. Taco Bell orders for POV. Anything and everything. Taco Bell.
Sorry, I'm putting the last poll up, so keep talking.
You're good.
Just randomly talk.
Do your thing.
Part of me almost kind of like hopes Marisol shipped that sword. Like,
because she's not going to get USA.
Like, hold on to this. I'll come
ship it to Shannon and Mike's place. Just be like, here you go. Keep it here until.
All right, all the polls are up.
We did it.
But Brandy, I'm still alive.
That's fine.
But Brandy, no. No, Brandy.
No. Oh, this is a good strategy. I'm staying up late in an attempt to get more on West Coast time.
If you're on the East Coast, that's pretty solid. Because I mean, that's pretty much what Molly does anyway. Molly's up until like 6 a.m. her time, so she's already So to the Griffy stuff real quick, Justin has a good point here. Bateman is the only person to play 2 matches at Spectacular and win. Rocha, Clark, and Sam have all won one and lost one. Interesting.
Bateman did it at 2019. He won the first match against Bibbs to play for the title, and then ended up beating Paul at the very end of the event.
Here's Molly's picks.
Molly and I have the same picks. Look at that.
I could assume you're gonna pick Dan too, because he's on your faction against Rocha.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right. So
Interesting. So am I the only one that picked Shazam in the team's title?
But I think we all said it was a coin flip.
Bibbs,
That it could
remember
really
that.
go either way.
Bibbs, if you're watching, remember that.
I said that Shazam is the best team of all time. I said that.
that is
But Bibbs, remember who picked you. Remember who picked you.
The heck?
Chill.
I just
Hey, Bibbs, thank you.
I said it was a coin toss. Ah. You're gonna get people that I love Bibbs. Don't get him against me. No.
But not good enough, apparently.
Listen, Mr. the Beast, I fought your ghost soap. I love my ghost soap.
Now
Please
I
don't
feel
leave me.
bad and want to pick them.
Nope. Sorry, picks are locked. Picks are locked.
I love
Yeah,
my ghost
you know what?
soap.
We should pick against him because Mr. the King is not in this chat, and he's always here, and Bibbs is.
That's true. Mr. the King is usually always in the chat. What the heck? Bibbs, no. Bibbs, no.
He's pulling a
No.
gold leader and typing in all caps right now.
No, Bibbs, no. I love you so much. Please, no. No.
All right, so
no.
before we wrap up, I'll let those polls kind of just sit there for a second. I did want to bring up our POV watch along tomorrow and reveal which movie we are watching. We do have our watch along tomorrow night for our patrons, and the official winner of said watch along, it was between Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and Remember the Titans. Those were the two November movies we picked. And the official winner, let's see, a race of 14-10. We will officially be watching Planes, Trains, and Automobiles tomorrow, which I believe
Y'all didn't pick the spectacular favorite?
I thought
of
Remember the Titans was going
Remember
to be
the
a clean
Titans?
sweep. Like, I thought it was
don't
going to be
have
an
any
absolute-
idea what this Planes, Trains, and Automobile is.
Really?
Is it an action movie?
No,
It's Steve
no.
Martin and John Candy.
No. Wow.
I have no idea.
Love you,
Okay.
Brian.
Oh.
I know what
Um,
Remember the Titans is. I have no idea what this other one is.
Are the Titans. Apparently nobody remembered the Titans.
Yeah, apparently nobody
Yes,
remembered the
Bibbs.
Titans. Okay, so
Apparently.
before we reveal the poll predictions, one last thing to kind of get through. We have a couple Streamlabs that have come in. Thank you, everybody. Let's see. Make sure I get this right. Tim Sim here with
I shouldn't have said anything.
Tim Sim here with the Streamlabs. Just curious, how would you score your confidence points on your match picks from 1 to 5? Shout out to the Galaxy Geeks.
Oh,
Forum.
zeros all the way down.
Ones.
I would say
So I was actually planning on posting these to social media, so we had time to kind of think about it. If you guys wanted to save those,
Yeah.
because the Luke at Galaxy Geeks actually said he would actually mock some stuff up for us if we sent him over the confidence points. So,
I'm pretty much ones on
yeah,
all of them,
I'm
to
like
be
ones
honest.
all the way. Honestly,
For sure a 1 in the teams.
I'm a 5 on Shazam versus King Arthur. So
It's
You ever
valid.
seen Toy Story where he grabs his lips and starts smacking himself on the butt? This one. Honestly, okay. How about this? Let's all pick which one we have the most confidence in.
teams.
See, I think singles for me.
Marisol, I'd have the most confidence in.
I think
Okay.
singles for me.
Okay, fair enough. All
What
right.
about least confidence?
Least confidence?
Least confidence. Sorry, I'm not an
Least
English-
confident
Star Wars. Star Wars.
with my King Arthur with a 1. Because Shazam could easily retain.
My
Like-
least confident would be Nicki over Thomas because they're both robots. So, excuse me, they're both droids. I apologize.
Beep beep.
I just out of pure chaos, I feel like that could come probably the Rocha match. I think I picked that one.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, next one here is from Jared, and he said, I have got a theory. Do you think one of Griffy Newms' weaknesses is hit shock? I mean, he did spin away from it in round 2 and only bet safely with 1 point in singles. I mean,
he do Hitchcock with Bibbs?
I think so.
Well, Bibbs is the horror king of the Schmoedown, so I think anyone would be crazy.
Also, in the tournament final against Barbarian, he only got 1 point in the betting round because it was Hitchcock, and he only bet the one.
I would bet that he would make a move to learn it, though.
Yeah, I mean, Jared, that's actually a very good point. I never thought about it. It's very possible. It is very, very. I mean, Hitchcock is hard for a lot of people. I think if you didn't
unless you're William Viviani.
Yeah. Well, if you didn't like grow up watching it in film school, or if you're, not really like a huge film nerd, Hitchcock is something that you'll probably miss until like later in life. Especially now because there's so much stuff happening. Okay, PLD coming in here with the stream. Thank you. You guys, okay, Parker has it. We know what happened the last time Mike faced the dungeon at Spectacular. Griffy is on a Destiny train in singles. Shazam wins due to round 1, which we talked about.
We said whoever's ahead in round 1 is going to take.
And he
that
said
match,
Bibbs will keep up with Griffy, but I got the kid against Khan, and then part 2 coming. Oh, the major will outlast Nicki, but that's the one I really can't say. Finally, if you say anything but Dan Murrell beating the old law, you're just wrong. Rocha loses in the 4th round.
God.
To be fair, C2A and John Rocha aren't exactly best of friends.
PLD coming in with the fire.
Oh, PLD.
Fire.
Oh, PLD.
That was great.
Nathan, we have
No one
tried.
does.
This poor man, like, we can't break his heart.
I'm pretty sure he's bringing his study cards with him to the house, and all of us are just like...
It's bad.
Yeah. It's going to be a rough 4 days for him. It's going to be a rough 4 days.
I think we're just going to play along with it just so he's not sad.
Yeah.
That's
why, I mean, he has a table at the expo.
It's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be
interesting. Play along. Just play along.
And then the final one here is from Daryl, and he says, when you see Ben Goddard, remind him of the Raider game, because he's a Cowboys fan.
Rough.
And Winston.
Rough.
And Winston.
Oh, Winston, no.
His question is, do you think we'll have any challenges in the matches?
Oh, 100%. The stakes are so high.
I think the 2 that will probably have challenges will either be Star Wars or Innergeekdom, because they're almost bred for it.
The stakes are so high. It's the end of the year. Like, challenges galore.
See, now I think there could be a challenge in teams.
Oh, no, excuse me. I'm sorry. There's going to be a challenge from John Rocha against Dan Murrell.
Oh, 100%.
That's Are we doing like Vegas bets on that? Because that's gonna.
Can you imagine if we had like bet stuff out in the like lobby beforehand?
If it wasn't like illegal to do, if we were to ever do a Schmoedown event in Vegas,
Schmoedown betting book or sports book or something.
If there was ever a Schmoedown event in Vegas, they would have to do
even Ryko. Even
Ryko's like
man's biggest advocates, and
he's like
calling it.
Not wrong.
Sam has no
Sam will
point.
Challenge.
No, Sam will call a challenge in the Rocha and Dan match, and he has no business in that one.
Apparently, there are odds in Schmoedown that I didn't know about, but he's favored by 3.5.
Is Frank
true? Is that actually true?
He's that bored that he's
Nathan. Is that actually true? That's
is there
really
a thing? Are we betting on the Schmoedown?
Is there actual odds?
What is
Frank's that bored that he, with a week off, that he's doing betting stats now? I mean, it's been a week.
Coming up with them
Coming
as
up
we
with
speak.
them.
Oh my god. Okay. Y'all are amazing. You keep up the good
Fair
work.
enough. Oh, he is. Nathan is. Okay. Wow, Nathan. Nice. Okay.
Keep up with the good work.
Before we get out of here, let's talk about these polls. So we put up the polls for these matches, and let's go ahead and read through these polls and see what the numbers are for everyone voting. So we did them by order we talked about. So the first one we talked about at the moment, and they'll definitely get more votes throughout the next day or so.
What do they call this? The far too early prediction polls?
The way too early prediction.
Far too early to predict.
The way
but
too early.
We can't base them off of anything else because there's no other matches this season.
Yeah.
Not to mention
first one is the Innergeekdom Championship between Mike Kalinowski and Robert Parker, and the numbers are 57% for Robert Parker with 58 votes against 43 for Mike Kalinowski.
I'm honestly surprised from the fans that it's that close.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would feel like the fans are very much anti-Kalinowski. So
yeah, it actually might be.
It's gonna be a close one.
I think it's actually our closest poll at the moment.
And how many votes total are in that?
There were 58, or there's 60 now on that one, but same numbers.
That's a good amount of
Next one is the team's championship. Shazam against King Arthur, and 74% for Shazam.
Not at all. Not in the slightest bit surprised. Because again,
I'm not surprised in that
Shazam,
one
best
either.
team of all time, Bibs. I'll say it again until you love me again. Thank you. Don't hate me, Bibs.
The next one is the Star Wars Championship. So Thomas Harper and Nicki Dimalanta.
This is the one I'm curious.
With 50 votes, 52% to Nicki Dimalanta.
Wow.
52 to 48.
52 to 48.
Wow.
52 to 48. So that's our closest one at the moment. That is our closest one, which is not surprising that it's our closest one at the moment. The next one is the one last ride match. So John Rocha, Dan Murrell, 48 votes, 75% for Dan Murrell.
Yeah, not surprised.
No
shock here.
Did you tag him?
I sure did.
Oh, you mother! Oh my God!
I tagged all the competitors. I tagged all.
He's gonna come in here and scream at us.
It's not just him. It's not just him. I did all the competitors.
God.
Oh,
and then the final one, which at the moment has the least amount of votes because it's the newest, with 25 votes, 60% for Marisol McKee.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Get it, girl. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, all the numbers kind of make sense as far as like polls go, but I'm interested to see where they go in the next day or so. They have about 23 hours left to vote, so I'm interested to see where they line up over the next day, and then maybe we'll do something later on in the week as well, because we will be live on Friday night before the event. So we'll probably be talking about it.
Are we going to be talking about Spectacular, or are we just going to be like taking shots? Like, let's
and
be
yelling
real.
questions at Parker.
Robert, who played Ron Weasley in Harry Potter?
He's gonna be yelling from a dark room. Shut up!
Shut up! It's gonna be great.
Oh God, Kaiser's gonna come banging down the door like
Kaiser is gonna murder me.
Yeah.
Kaiser's not gonna be happy with me.
Jeez.
If
he leaves now, he might make it on time.
Y'all, he's gonna come in here and yell at us.
And we're gonna send him straight to C280 with you, PLB.
We're gonna send him over to you guys.
I will make sure he heard PLB's Streamlab. Nussbaum, to answer your question, there won't be anything the night of. There won't be anything Sunday after. More than likely
going to
Monday.
bed after that day.
Yeah, we're gonna sleep for about 14 hours.
More than likely, we'll have a show on Monday night because we'll be traveling Sunday. All of us will be traveling on Sunday. We're not going to do a show then. So our full recap will happen next Monday. And it'll be the four of us and maybe some special guests as well after the event, stuff like that. But that's just kind of what's happening. That's a tentative schedule. Things could change depending on travels and stuff like that, work, because we're all going to be kind of recovering from a bunch of stuff. So
honestly, the best way to find out things is follow the Twitter or our socials, probably.
Yep.
Yeah, follow our socials. We'll be updating. It's going to be like, unless you want to avoid spoilers, then please don't follow our socials because we're going to be tweeting that nonsense as it's like happening.
Is it live streamed or no?
It's live streamed.
So that's a good way to kind of if you are on Twitter, be mindful. Spoilers are allowed on Twitter. The Facebook group is where it's not allowed for 24 hours, maybe even longer with this event. I know there's probably going to be something officially said, but because you're allowed to buy a live stream ticket to watch it live as it happens, or be there. We'll be tweeting and talking about it. The POV Twitter might end up tweeting some stuff as well. So if you do follow us, expect to see some stuff. And that's just a warning to everybody. That's just kind of how. Look, this is like full spoilers or full sports. If a baseball game happens, guess what? It's immediately uploaded. So that's just what's going to happen.
I think that is only for the Facebook, though. I think
that's just for Facebook.
Yeah,
Twitter's a free for all.
Twitter's free game. That's the Facebook group. But yeah, Twitter's free game. So if you follow us or you follow POV, just expect to see there some stuff. And Ryko, yeah, there's a live stream. You can buy tickets to it right now. There's a live stream.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be streamed and you'll be able to watch it all day if you're available on Saturday.
So if you can't be there live,
yeah,
get that. Either become a $10 patron of the Schmoedown Patreon or get that live stream ticket because like we've been saying, there's spoilers are going to be aplenty.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, if you follow like anyone, not even just us, like you can just be
anyone in the Schmoedown universe who's watching is going to be talking about it.
I mean,
for sure.
even if it's just social, like their own, like might have something. So if you don't want any spoilers, avoid all social media, I would say.
Yeah.
So,
Avoid it all.
But yeah, I think that's going to wrap up everything tonight. We covered everything we needed to as far as Spectacular goes. As we've mentioned plenty of times, we will be having happy hour Friday night, the night before Spectacular, from the POV house. We'll be live with everybody who's involved in our house. So you'll see Robert Parker, John Hoey, PJ Campbell, Paige for Betty, us, obviously our significant others. We're all going to be there. What?
you
And
said
Brian.
significant other.
And Brian. And Brian.
And Brian. And Brian.
Hey, I
sorry.
can laugh at it. Oh, Brian, this is what I'm most excited for.
yeah.
Yes.
And I hope she struts in like that match against Marisol.
Oh my God, please. Thank you. Yes, please.
Yeah, it's
Are
gonna
you
be
okay
exciting.
now, Jake?
And-
Are you good? Did you get your laughs up?
yeah, it was funny. I'm sorry, it was funny.
Fair.
But and then obviously maybe not next week, but probably in the weeks after, you'll see a cut of all of our footage from vlogs and stuff like that. And for anyone who's attending the expo, we do have a table. We do have a table
We'll be
at the
there.
expo. You'll be able to see us. We'll be there bright and early and be there all day at Spectacular. You'll be able
Bring
to come see us,
Red
meet us.
Bulls, please.
We can't wait to put faces to all of you in the chat for the last year or so. And we're very excited to see everybody.
No, Brian Ward Lomas isn't going to be there. So,
I know it's already confirmed. He's not going to be there, unfortunately.
Yeah. But with that said, we hope everyone travels safe to Spectacular if you are headed there, especially if you're coming from out of the country. Safe travels. Do what you need to do. And we will see everybody on Saturday. We'll do some quick plugs before we head out. Brian, where can everybody find you this weekend?
So obviously Be a Volcano on Twitter. Same thing for Instagram. That's honestly, Instagram is probably where I'm just going to post all my stories. So if you want to watch from there, from my perspective, go there. And then Apocalypse Movies with Jake. What are we doing tomorrow?
To be determined.
See, I like it when I say it and it's to be determined because I'm like, am I supposed to know? No, okay, we're good. No, Brian Ward, he's not going to be there. Get out of here.
Could you imagine if he just shows up
I would
and they've been lying to you this whole time?
so mad.
I would scream of pure joy.
I would be so
Jill,
mad.
where can everybody find you on social media this weekend?
Yeah, you can find me on Jilly Marie on Twitter and Instagram, 2 Y's, 2 E's. You definitely want to be following me on Instagram this weekend because you're going to be seeing me and Molly Mander. You want to be following on Instagram this weekend because you're going to be seeing a lot of, like, I'm sure, impromptu karaoke, us eating Taco Bell, like our weight in Taco Bell, and it's going to be a hoot.
Quesadillas with.
I will say if you're an Instagram person who likes to watch stories, if you're looking to look at what's going on with our group, it's probably Jill and Molly. They're the most frequent with that stuff, and they're usually the best at it. And I'm sure Brian and I will have some stuff as well, but Jill and Molly are probably the people to follow the most on Instagram. That's for sure.
Also, do not forget to bring your vaccination cards if you are traveling to LA, because LA County, you cannot go into any indoor establishment without a vaccine card. So don't forget it at home. Nachos, yes. Don't forget your vaccine cards. Make sure they're in your wallets. Check your suitcases now. Make sure you're there, because I don't want you to travel all this way and then, oh, too bad, so sad you can't come in because you forgot your card.
That'd be brutal.
So,
That'd be brutal.
Yeah.
remember your vax
Myself,
card.
Qui-Gon Jake, 2 N's. Someone else took it before I did. That's both on Instagram and Twitter. It's the same. And then
I want to answer Chuck's question real quick. Does Vax app card count? I've talked to some LA bartenders. Some places are not accepting the app. It is all up to the business. So I can neither confirm nor deny if the Globe Theater is accepting the vaccine apps, but I know that it's up to the establishment itself. So I would say if you have the hard copy, bring the hard copy.
Yeah, and maybe that's something that we'll all even for the theater itself. Maybe I'll even reach out to Christian and get some more information for him on that as well to make sure people know.
Just have every base covered. Pictures of
Covered all.
Yeah, again, Rachel, I've talked to people, and it all depends on the establishment. They can really set their own rules on that. Some places will only accept the physical copy.
Well, I guess. Well, this is also interesting. Well, apparently in Canada they only have digital ones.
Okay,
I would
then
assume if you have one that's out of the country in your ID, that would
yeah,
be
if you have one out of the country, you could probably say they don't give us physical ones.
Yeah.
So, but that's just what I've heard from people, that establishments can make their own rules on that. So
just
if you have a physical one, just bring it just to be safe.
do all possible options that you can and always have it at all times. Just so
keep
that
it in your
way
wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure app is fine, but
Well, I'll get some more information. I'll reach out to Christian and see if I can get an answer for everybody and post it on Twitter. Make
I'm
sure you
sure
follow
he'll
us if you
even
have a
bother.
Twitter.
I'm
Why
sure
not
the app
POV?
is totally fine because it has
Yeah.
all your information on it. Like I know CVS, you have to log in using your own thing for it to pull up the vaccine card. So I'm sure the
Yeah.
app is totally fine.
California technically has one, but just
Yeah,
bring everything just in case.
I would just bring
Um,
everything just in case.
Yeah, the POV Twitter. Make sure you're following it there for all stuff this weekend. D-Train, answer your question real quick. Yes, the four of us will be there, all of us. So you'll see
four.
us all
We're
there.
all gonna
Again,
meet for the first time.
make sure you guys are traveling safe. Do what you need to do to get there safely. We want to make sure we see everyone there on Saturday. Excuse me. Whatever day you may get there. We're excited to meet everybody for the first time, and we can't wait for Schmoedown Spectacular, the final event of Schmoedown Season 8. For all of us here at POV, Brian, Molly, Jill, and myself, thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you guys this weekend. Bye, guys.